everyone, your lady here, Promise, on my Sunesis. I'm happy to be back. I've missed everyone. But before I dive into the topic that I have for today, which is called motives in life, let us have the right mind and spirit to embrace 2022. And may God help us to get all the benefits that 2022 has to offer to us. I know 2021 has been somewhat challenging for most of us, but by His grace, we are still standing, pushing. So let's give thanks to God for everything that He has done. But I want to deal on what I believe that if you're working or you have a passion towards something that you love, then being pushed is not an option. You need to be pulled by the drives. This brings me to the topic of today, motive in life. Our motives before we go into anything that we desire is what would drive you, is that vehicle that drives us, and that is what the universe looks at while dealing with us in some instances in life. So in social sciences, there is something they called push and pull motives, and those push and pull factors are the factors that enable someone to make decision. So your motive for going out to go to study, to go to school, to enter a business, to enter any relationship is very important, and you have to be mindful of that. Motive is the main reason for a said behavior or doing something. It can be positive or negative. Yes, of course, I believe everyone should know that. And as the case may be, motive helps us to determine in reaching our goals. It has the power, the authority, and the will to pull you towards or against your desired state. When I talk about the desired state, I'm talking about that place that you want to be, that level that you want to reach. Motive is that thing that will get you there. So the Bible says in Philippians 4 verse 6, do not be anxious, about anything or a situation, but in every situation by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, make your request known to God. Many years in marriage, I have found out that sometimes our motives can change depending on the situation. We tend to forget what made us to take that first, that bold first step, getting into that marriage. Then we become, or getting into that relationship, whether it's business, whether it's career, whether it's anything that you can think of, that first thing that made you to go into that relationship is sometimes we tend to forget about that. Then we became, or we find ourselves in a biased way, and that's take some steps that might not work for us at a later stage in life. But we can all remember our first motives, and that is what God can use to direct our ways. So the God's purpose before we take a step of faith, maybe we may need to exercise little patience, fight accordingly, and trust God without mixing or changing our motives. So motives in life, for me, in every critical, is very, very critical in our lives, in our living, in our day-to-day exercise, in our day-to-day living. We can be radical about it or choose to persevere, hope, and work continuously to perfection. So let our light shine before others. With this, our decision making with regards to our motives will not be subjective but objective. Ask yourself, why do I need to do what I want to do? Does it speak to humanity and God gracefully? My personal experience has taught me that when it comes to motive, I need to be conscious because it conjugates with integrity and commitment, and no one can determine that for you except you. Before Therefore, I think it's very, very important in any relationship, we must dissect the motive before allowing the boat to sail. It requires commitment and patience for you to execute your plans and reap the benefits. So why don't we, choose positive motives towards our fellow humans, and make ourselves, society, environment, family, and the world a better place for everyone. I will end with this quote. When your motive is very strong and positive, failure will never overtake your determination to succeed. Much love, and let love reign, and make sure that your motive is right always. Love you all. Do not forget to subscribe and follow us on Facebook. Bye bye. See you next time.